geeks, and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather and I'm glad you're here. Now, if you've been watching the channel for the past few months, you know that I've been participating in the Another Mother Runner race series. It's the Love the Run You're With 2.0 series. We've had a series of races throughout the fall. Our first race was a virtual relay race where we were put together with other team members and we passed the virtual baton as we ran over the course of 24 hours. And the second race was the strong and solo race. We got to choose our own length race that we wanted to do. The third race was called the Stack It Up, where we ran a 5K, 10K, and 15K all over the course of one weekend. And that brings us to the final event that we did just this last weekend that we called the Go Long event. And that was where we all participated in what's known as a Yeti challenge. If you're not familiar with the term, a Yeti challenge is where you run a certain distance over a certain amount of time. We were given the option to kind of DIY our own Yeti challenge. And there were some that ran just 2 5Ks, one every 4 hours for 8 hours. I went the more traditional route where I ran a 5K every 4 hours for 24 hours. Of course, I took video of every run, and so here is how it went. Okay, it is midnight on Saturday, and I am ready to get started. My treadmill. My cat definitely woke up when my alarm went off. My husband, amazingly, is still awake watching a movie, but my kids are asleep. So, hi. So, here we go with run number 1 on the treadmill. Okay, that is run number 1 finished. So, time to cool off a little, go back to sleep, and I'll be back up at 4 for my second run. Okay, it is 4 a.m. time for round 2. My family's asleep. I managed to get a couple hours of sleep. Right now, the worst part is just being so sleepy. About to get started on the treadmill for round 2. Here we go. Okay, so that was number 2. I'm not gonna lie, I pretty much walked that whole thing just because it's a lot quieter and my family's right above me trying to sleep. So, time to get some more sleep and back up at 8 o'clock for run number 3. Okay, I am in the middle of run number 3. Took this one outside. It's 8 in the morning. Got a little bit of a late start because my family's waking up and of course they all need something. But 53 degrees outside, nice and cloudy, so it's a good time to run. So, I'm gonna finish up this run and get some breakfast and some coffee definitely, and rest up for run number 4, which is going to be at noon. Finished with run number 4, so 2 more to go, one at 4 o'clock and one at 8 o'clock. I really want to shower, but it's so humid. I was able to take a tiny bit of a nap between the last run and this run. Actually, I didn't mean to. I just sat down and sort of nodded off. And when I woke up, my 7-year-old and my cat were both snuggled up against me. So that was nice of them to not wake me up. I think really I'm more mentally tired of running at this point than I am physically tired. I'm still trying to keep the pace down. I'm doing about a quarter mile to half mile warm-up walk, and then I run and then do all the way up to 3 miles and then use the last 1/10 of a mile to cool down. So, you know, the pace is not, you know, I'm not setting any PRs or anything like that. I'm just trying to get it all done and not completely run out of energy. So, so far, I mean, I'm not in huge pain or anything like that, just my regular right hamstring that likes to give me trouble, but not any more so than usual. I did my first run in the New Balances. My second and third runs were in the Asics, and I switched to the Sauconys for this time around. So may stick with the Sauconys for the next one. May do my last one in the Brooks, but we'll just see how I'm feeling. But other than that, going all right. I'm gonna get myself some lunch, and then I'm going to do a live stream with Susie at I Run Things, and I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to be talking about my failed first marathon attempt. By the time you see this, it will have already happened, but definitely go to her channel so that you can watch it later. That's at youtube.com/irunthings. Make sure that you subscribe to her channel because she's got lots of great videos and interviews, and she's got a podcast, so you'll want to check her out. But I'm going to try to clean myself up as best I can before then, and then get back out the door at 4 o'clock. Finishing up run number 5. Sun's going down, 65 degrees, cloudy. It feels perfect out here. Everybody's outside doing yard work. So, good run. I've been still trying to keep it easy, trying to not wear myself out before my last run, which is going to be at 8 o'clock tonight. So since that'll be after dark, it'll most likely be on the treadmill. But still feeling good. Going to go inside, rehydrate, light dinner, and then finish up my day. It's 8 o'clock, time for my last run, and I'm on the treadmill, so trying not to be too loud because I just put my kids to bed. So here we go. That's it. All 6 runs. 18.6 miles total, so I need a drink of water and shower, and then tomorrow I'm gonna look back on this and we'll wrap it all up then. So see you then. So I survived the Yeti challenge. Let's talk a little bit about some of the thought process that went into it and some of the tips that I can give you if you're looking to do the Yeti challenge for yourself. First of all, I am very glad that I started at midnight. In fact, I think the earlier that you start, the better. A lot of times with these, you get to choose your own start time if you're doing this virtually, if you're doing this on your own at home. I'm very glad that I started at midnight. The earlier the better, because then I was done by 8 o'clock at night. I was able to enjoy the whole rest of the night's sleep without being interrupted by having to get up and run again. I was tired and I definitely needed the sleep at that point. So the earlier you start, the earlier you finish, and then you're able to rest and recover completely afterwards. Second of all, if you are going to do this, then during your rest periods, because you are only running every 4 hours, if you have time to rest, definitely take advantage of that. Sit down, try not to do anything, let yourself relax and recover so that you're fresh and ready to go for your next run. My third bit of advice would be to go ahead and keep it slow, keep it controlled. Don't try to go all out unless you feel that you can go all out over and over throughout the course of the day. I went ahead and just kept things down to a minimum, just a nice, easy run all day pace. I made sure that I spent time at the beginning to warm up, and that is definitely something that helped me go throughout the rest of the day. Also, give yourself time to cool down and use that as part of your 4 hours that you have in between your runs so that you can recuperate and cool down, stretch. Make sure that you're doing that at the end of each run so that you're ready to go for the next time around. Also, when you are looking to refuel, make sure that you are hydrating at the end of each run. Hydrate completely. And if you are going to eat anything, I went ahead and I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner over the course of the day, but I kept the meals as light as possible. You don't want anything that is going to sit heavy on your stomach and keep you from going out and doing your best on your next run. So those are some things that help me get through the day. If you have done a Yeti challenge before and you have some additional tips that you would like to share, make sure that you leave them down in the comments below. And there you go. That was my experience running a 5K every 4 hours for 24 hours. Thank you so much to Another Mother Runner for setting up this race series this fall. It's been a wonderful experience. I definitely would love to do it again. If you want to check out Another Mother Runner, I'm going to drop a link down below so that you can check them out for yourself and you can see a lot of the events that they have going on. I know a lot of people have been asking them to do a the Run You're With 3.0, so they've got plenty out there. They have a podcast, they've got training plans, they've got lots of information, so definitely give them a try. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you drop a comment down below or leave me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost a thing, and you can keep up with all the running videos that I have coming out all the time. You can also follow me on social media. I'm available on most platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you stopped by, and I can't wait to see you next time. Happy running. So those are some,